What's up, people of YouTube? F-Man Critic back, and, well, it's been 40 years since this masterpiece came into existence, and it's sadly been 10 years since Harold Ramis passed away. So, to honor his memory, and to honor one of the best movies he was in, we take a look at the first two movies in this video, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. So let's get into it. Anyway, the first movie that aired in 1984 starts off in a library, with a librarian, just doing her usual routine, and then something bizarre is happening, and then something totally freaks her out with some damn good effects. Anyway, we cut to one of our main characters, Peter, who's played by Bill Murray, who's basically just shocking students and hitting on some of them. Like, seriously, dude, you are aware that they're college kids, right? Like, how old is this girl, and how old are you, man? Like, that's just weird. Anyway, his friend Ray comes in saying that there's a big thing going on, something huge. And we get introduced to Harold Ramis' character, my favorite Ghostbuster out of all the Ghostbusters, Egon. Jesus, I'm surprised they didn't make him deaf. Anyway, they analyze the place, and they interrogate the person who got spooked, and, they go around collecting samples of slime that they can find until they actually see an actual ghost reading books, and, Ray suggests they go get him. How does that work out for you guys? Get her! Anyway, they spook and they flee the library. And, the college that they work at, they're getting kicked out and evicted. But Ray thinks this is a massive disappointment, while Peter thinks this is an opportunity to start a business. They use the last of their money to buy a firehouse, and we get introduced to two more other characters that was a perfect acting choice. We get introduced to Louis and Dana, played by Rick, I forgot his last name. He played Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, and Dana played by Sigourney Weaver's. Anyway, she takes her groceries and her eggs start cooking, and she sees something from the fridge, some kind of demon dog in a new world yelling the word Zool. And she immediately goes to the Ghostbusters. And, Ray, Peter, he interrogates the place, and, she basically says what we already know about her eggs being cooked on their own, and the word Zool coming from, but Peter, he kind of starts hitting on her, and he's all like, I have to win you over, basically making her the love interest in the movie. So, yeah, Dana, she throws him out, and, anyway, they get a call, which is their first Ghostbusters thing. They're all suited up, they're all in their costumes. All they're missing is a fourth member. We'll get to him soon. And, they go about how they haven't had a time to test their equipment, and how it's practically just a bomb waiting to go off. Basically, they haven't had a time to test their equipment, how it's an unlicensed, a nuclear reactor strapped to their backs. Anyway, and then we get introduced to basically the mascot of this franchise, Slimer. Basically a hungry little guy who just goes around eating everything. Anyway, they try to use the proton packs on him, but Egon tells them to not cross the streams because all life, as will cease to exist because of a total protonic reversal, I believe. Anyway, they captured Slimer, they came in, they went in, and they kicked ass, and they got him. Anyway, and then just like that, the Ghostbusters, they're the most talked about. Anyway, they place an ad about they need more help, and before that, during the montage, Ray gets a weird-ass dream where he gets a BJ by a ghost. Like, I've always found that to be very weird, if I'm being honest. And I heard off Nostalgia Critic the line, "Bustin' makes me feel good," was going to play when, you can put the pictures in your head on that one. Whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, they put an ad looking for new recruits, and Winston comes but only one dude shows, and whatever. He's immediately hired on the spot. And Peter runs into Dana, and she basically they basically agree to meet up at her apartment and then another guy comes in, but not looking for a job. Instead, he works for an environmental place named Walter Pack, or as the people like to call him, Dickless. Anyway, he basically just says he needs to check out their equipment, see if it's safe enough. And well, to be fair, as much as he is an asshole, he is 100% right. Again, they said that they never had a chance to test their equipment, and there's a whole if they cross the streams, all life as you know it will cease to be. Every molecule in your body will evaporate to the speed of light. All I'm saying is it is a bomb waiting to go off, so he does have points, but he is a massive asshole about it. Anyway, Dana gets ready for her date, but yeah, the demon dog from her fridge basically nabs her. And as for her next door neighbor Lewis, he throws a party, and another demon dog is in his closet and goes straight after him. And he's at a diner, and well, let this scene speak for itself. Man, people are so insensitive. If a man is literally getting possessed by a demon dog, and they're all just like, it just seems like a typical Tuesday. Anyway, Peter shows up to her house, and she basically goes all possessed on him, and then Lewis ends up with the Ghostbusters and saying how he's the gatekeeper. He's looking for the key master or something. Or is he the key master? He's looking for the gatekeeper. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, Winston suggests that the reason why there's ghosts popping up because maybe it's the sign of the end of the world or something. So, and it does look like that's, Anyway, but oh wait, I forgot to mention the whole the whole Zool thing, the gatekeeper and the keymaster. Apparently, those were the two demon dog henchmen from a god-like creature named Gozer, who, if brought together, will unleash Gozer, and basically the world will be boned. Anyway, Walter Pack comes back and he basically shuts down the machine and basically frees all the ghosts and sentence. And basically, you gotta love this scene.
The power grid was shut off by Dickless here. Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Unfortunately, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, they're reunited, and all hell breaks loose. But the Ghostbusters are set free, each go take care of the problem, and, they're here, and, well, they meet up with Gozer, or a non-binary. Well, I say the non-binary because, well, it's basically they choose whatever they want to be. So I'm assuming Gozer's non-binary. I'm assuming. And anyway, she asks them if they're a god, and Ray says no. And Winston immediately says, when someone says, "Are you a god?" you say you're a god. Anyway, they say choose your destroyer. Basically, anything that pops in their head will basically mean the end of the world. And well, they tried to keep it all clear, but Ray, he couldn't help himself. He tried to think of a happy time in his childhood, and turns out that the destroyer that comes is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And he goes on a rampage, Anyway, they have an idea to send Gozer back to where they came from by crossing the streams. No, there is a way to cross the streams and survive all of it. And they managed to do that. They managed to beat Gozer, destroy Stay Puft, and explode this building. And you gotta love this line from Winston.
I love this town!
Anyway, the movie ends with everyone cheering. Dana and Peter kiss awkwardly, and that's the movie. And that was Ghostbusters, and it was a pretty good movie. A lot of fun, sci-fi, and a lot of cool practical and CG effects. Sure, some are a tad outdated, but it still holds up, if I'm being honest. This movie was pretty good. Now on to the sequel. Now, Ghostbusters 2. How does this movie open up? Yeah, it opens up straight like that. I mean, like, after the studios are introduced just 5 years later. Like, I know it acknowledges that 5 years have gone by, but still, I've always, like, was confused by that. Like, why did you just point out, like, 5 years later? Like, is there something we missed or something? But no, they just immediately just go 5 years later. Yeah, a lot of people don't really like this movie, and, well, I'll admit this movie does have its problems, and it definitely was a bit of a letdown to the last movie, no joke, but I did see the good in it. It did have its good stuff, I won't lie, and the movie did hold up for me, and to be honest with you, I was originally harsh on this movie. At first, I did think it was crap. I did think it was a letdown. But giving it a second watch, I realized maybe it really wasn't all that bad. I mean, yeah, there's some stuff that I didn't like, but we'll get to that soon. But all in all, I did think Ghostbusters 2 was an alright sequel. Well, I mean, it didn't ruin what was perfect about the last one, but hey, sometimes sequels do stupid things that does destroy the first movie. Anyway, the movie starts with a baby strolling over a pile of I'm assuming the ooze from Ninja Turtles from the 19 version TV show. Anyway, we see New York acting all grouchy and angry at each other. That's important later. Where we see Dana who has a baby. Did that mean Peter and Dana hooked up, got married, and that's the son of Peter? No, apparently. No. My biggest problem with this movie is that Dana and Peter's relationship goes back to factory reset. Like it basically just takes a page out of Puss in Boots' Last Wish before Puss in Boots came out. You know, apparently their relationship just went back to factory reset. Apparently this is not Peter's son. It's Dana apparently hooked up with another guy and got married and had a kid, and apparently that guy took off. You know? Anyway, Oscar, the name of the baby, its carriage gets possessed, and Dana, there's maybe something supernatural happened. Anyway, the Ghostbusters siren goes off, and turns out the Ghostbusters, which is just remaining of Winston and Ray, are late to a birthday party, and all the kids are disappointed. This one kid says that they're full of crap, and that's why they went out of business. Yeah, another problem with this movie, apparently people just stopped believing that they're real Ghostbusters. Apparently everyone thought that they were fake. It was all a massive-ass publicity stunt, government conspiracy and all of that. And apparently because they conjured up the Marshmallow Man, apparently that's why they went out of business, because they got sued for everything because of all the damages. Okay, that was horseshit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that's just crap, that is. You know, that's just poor excuse. I'm alright with them getting sued for the damages, but people just stop believing in them. Seriously? How the hell can you stop believing in them after in the last movie that everyone was cheering for them? So yeah, that's the number one problems I have with this movie. Dana and Peter's relationship, and everyone stopped believing in them, you know? That's the only problems I got with the movie, really. Anyway, Dana goes to Egon, and, you know, Egon, he's now working as a dude who, you know, measures people's angers and emotions and all that. But Dana tells him to come by his place and not get Peter involved that much. You know, because of how awkward it must be for them. Anyway, as for Peter, he's hosting a show that talks about sidekicks. And I'm not gonna lie, this joke, well, it's not a joke, but I just wanted to point this out.
The end of the world will be on February 14th in the year 2016.
You're not too far there, love. 2016 was when the Ghostbusters did face some stuff, so you're not too far off. Anyway, he meets up with the mayor, and apparently the actor who played Walter Pack didn't return, apparently. Don't know why, don't know where he is. The freaking guy doesn't get a mention. I mean, I know people called him Dickless, this because he is a dick, but, seriously, he's just replaced with another guy who's an asshole. I mean, Walter Pack's anger of why he doesn't like them is kind of justified, because, well, they are unsafe. They haven't tested their equipment and stuff, so his anger is justified. But here, it's just some different asshole who doesn't like them for no reason. So, I don't know what is this dude's deal, why he's against them. Anyway, we get introduced to Janusz, Dana's boss, I'm assuming, who sometimes flirts with her and asks her to go out to dinner, but, she doesn't really want to, go out with him. Anyway, Egon, Ray, and Peter tag along to her apartment. Yeah, I forgot to mention that Peter kind of, tortured Ray to get some info to figure out where their, where the whole thing is. Anyway, Egon and Ray, they both examine Oscar. They try to see if anything's supernatural with him. So far, he looks normal. While Peter and Dana, they I won't lie. In the first movie, their romance, Dana's just played off as the love interest to Peter. And Peter's just known as, he's just Bill Murray being Bill Murray, but in this movie, like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, their chemistry is actually a lot better in this one for some reason. I kind of like it, I won't lie. And honestly, here's a line from Peter that I honestly believe wasn't in the script, but Bill Murray improvised.
I should have been your father.
Yeah, I'm honestly believe that wasn't in the script. Bill Murray just improvised that line because he should have been Oscar's dad. Like they should have gotten married, they should have had a baby, and, basically, the entire, so that way you wouldn't have to redo the chemistry. Instead, the movie can focus about them just working as a couple, and now their relationship is on edge because since Vigo, he's after them. Who's Vigo? We'll get to him in a sec. Anyway, she tells them about the slime, and where it all happened, and Egon, he digs a hole while, Anyway, they almost get caught by the police, and I'm not gonna lie, I love this line from Egon.
Is he right? Yo!
As I was saying, Vigo, he possesses, or at least controls, Janusz, and tells him to bring a child, because once he possesses a child, the world will become years of darkness and evil, Anyway, Ray goes down that tunnel, sees a bunch of, basically more slime, and he knocks over a that causes a blackout. Bullshit. Anyway, the next day, the Ghostbusters are on trial with Lewis as their lawyer, and just when the judge is about to find them guilty, he, and his anger triggers the slime and releasing the Scolium brothers, two dudes that the judge put it in the electric chair. Anyway, but they can't really bust them, because they're under a restraining order to do it, but the judge, he lifts it, making the Ghostbusters back, baby. Who are you gonna call? The Ghostbusters. They get their endorsements deal. They get the firehouse back. Everything. Anyway, they look at the slime and realizes it reacts to negative and positiveness. Yeah, that's a big thing in this movie, apparently. Hell, the movie did start off with people being angry at each other. Anyway, Dana tries to give Oscar a bath, but her bath gets filled with more of the ooze that tries to take the baby. Anyway, Dana freaks out and she goes to Peter, who takes her in, and we honestly get more adorable lines from Bill Murray, being a sweet dad, I won't lie. Once again, should have been the dad to Oscar.
You're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother.
Anyway, they go to the museum to examine the picture of Vigo, and during that, Janine and Lewis, they kind of have some kind of chemistry in this movie. Yeah, even though in the last movie, although I didn't mention this, in the last movie, it looks like Janine had feelings for Egon, and it does look cute. They do, they're both smart, they're both, so it would go in hand, and for some reason, that doesn't happen for some reason. They didn't hook up, they didn't, kiss. It was so for some reason, Janine having feelings for Lewis just comes straight the hell out of nowhere. But I won't lie, as much as it's kind of weird and how it doesn't give any clearage of the relationship between Egon and Janine, I won't lie, Janine and Lewis, they do kind of look cute, I won't lie, together. Together they look kind of cute, and their chemistry is kind of adorable. Anyway, Ray, Egon, and Winston, they almost get killed, and they go somewhere, and they get scared by a bunch of deadheads, and while during all that, they get covered in ooze, and they almost kill each other, but then they realize it's the slime that's doing it. It's pure evil, Anyway, they stop up Peter at his date, and they tell him about Dana's job, and Dana, she keeps an extra eye on Oscar. Or while all the other Ghostbusters, they basically tell them about the negativity in the city, and basically how there are so many assholes in New York right now, But the mayor's all like, hey, it's people's God-given right to be assholes, Oh, anyway, not Walter Pack has them committed, while Dana, for some weird reason, I don't understand why. I know there has to be a reason why Oscar has to get kidnapped, but you see, Dana, Lewis, and Janine, they're in a different room, nowhere near Oscar, and, Oscar, he's on a bed, all by himself. Yeah, he's surrounded by pillows, but, lady, even if a evil guy is not after your baby, still, do you want your baby to fall off a bed, lady? Surrounding him in pillows isn't going to stop him. You could have at least, seriously, who leaves their baby all alone on a bed, not for babies, surrounded by pillows, and not, put in a nanny cam or check in every now and then? Seriously, no wonder Oscar, came out of that place and gets caught by a creepy nanny ghost and gets taken while Ghost, gives New York hell. Anyway, Dana tries to get her baby, but she's stopped by Vino, who's all like, let's Janus possess the baby, and you and I can be its parents and raise him to destroy the world, But Dana, she thinks it's crazy, but she has no choice. She can't do anything about it. Anyway, the Ghostbusters, they try to stop, but because of the negativity, they can't get into the building until they need something pure, something that symbolizes the town. So they go to the Statue of Liberty, charge her up with positive slime, and go through the entire city. I'm surprised no one's freaking out, though. I mean, remember the last time a giant thing went through the city? Whatever. They break in, they try to stop Vino. But the positivity of the city is defeating Janus Vigo. Damn it, I got those two mixed up. The gatekeeper and the keymaster. Whatever, the bad guys defeated, we get this funny line between Ray and Vino.
I love you.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well, I love you too.
Anyway, the day is saved. I'm assuming these two are finally going to be in a committed relationship now, and the people love the Ghostbusters once again. And that was Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And I gotta say, they're still great. Although the second one does have its problems. Like I said, Peter should have been married to Dana. And, half the city not believing in them, yes. But most of the city, seriously? And this dude who's not Walter Pack, he's just, he has no reason to hate them, what the hell? But these movies, I still think. Anyway, this is the F-Man Critic telling you to like, subscribe, hit notification, and Harold Ramis, this is for you. See ya!